So the producer price index came in today. What is the producer price index? The producer price index measures the change in prices paid to U.S. producers of goods and services. Now keep listening. It's a measure of wholesale inflation, while the consumer price index, CPI, measures prices paid by consumers. So when you pay for something, that's the CPI, consumer price index. And what's paid to the people that actually make this stuff, that is the producer price index, the PPI. Now, how does all this go together? Well, they go hand in hand. Because when the producers get paid more or need to charge more, guess what? That funnels its way into the consumer price index, the CPI. So what does this mean for inflation and how it affects your life? It means as long as producer prices go up and they get paid more and they need to charge more, that means it gets passed along to you, the consumer, and the CPI. Now, what was the PPI today? The PPI, producer price index, was 2.3%. I love how they put increased just 2.3%. Don't you just love that? That spin? Down from 2.7% in March. So that means that producers were getting paid 2.3% more than they were last year. Now you may be thinking, wait a minute, CPI just came in at 4.9%. Why is that over double what the PPI is? Because there's more expenses on the way from the producer to the consumer. The producer price index is just the main bulk of what affects the consumer price index. Stay with me. But the good news is PPI does seem to be slowing down. But here's the thing. The PPI, the CPI, etc., these things, when they get closer to the goal, it's harder and harder to shave pieces of them off. So the slowing will most likely keep slowing, and the slowing will slow. The decreasing will slow. It's like when you go to the gym, right? You're over like 40 pounds overweight, and you work out for a month, you lose 20 pounds. You're like, holy crap, this is easy. And then 3 months later, you're up 2 pounds, or you're only down 2 pounds. You're like, why is this last bit so hard to shave off? That's the way the PPI and the CPI are working out. That's how they've traditionally worked out. And one other thing, did you notice this down below? The Labor Department reported Thursday that jobless claims for the week ended May 6 jumped up to 264,000, a rise of 22,000 from the previous period. Now, what is that? That's about 8%. Nothing to ignore. And it was well above the estimate of 245,000, the highest reading since October 30th, 2021. My bet, inflation's sticky and unemployment rises. Don't go out YOLOing right now. Not financial advice.